Hello everyone. Welcome to this episode of Wehry Weekly History and Entertainment News. Many arts and entertainment venues are opening up their summer schedules. This is the busiest these places have been since the start of the pandemic. There are many concerts of both popular and classical variety, tours of places such as the Arrowhead Museum, and the return of Third Thursday with a twist. First, it's time for this episode's trivia question. This episode's question is, when was the Arrowhead Museum in Pittsfield founded? Now, for this episode's local headlines. On the last episode of WWHEN, I discussed how the Mahawie Theater in Great Barrington was hosting many different events. However, I neglected to mention a couple of concerts and shows going on. The first is an evening with singer-songwriter Josh Ritter. He will be hosting a career perspective on his work with the lessons he learned along the way, along with some humorous stories about his early career struggles. This will be held on June 18th. Next, the Handel and Hayden Society will be performing a classical violin concert. The Handel and Hayden Society performs famous music by artists such as Bach, Beethoven, and as the name suggests, Handel and Hayden. This concert will be playing Glories of the Baroque, famed music of the Baroque era. This concert will take place on June 29th. Next, the band The High Kings will be performing on July 21st. They are a rock band known for their interesting songs and cover performances. Finally, iconic musicians Graham Nash and Chris Isaak will be performing on July 23rd and 27th, respectively. Graham Nash is a classical rocker, best known for his work with his band Crosby, Stills, Young and Nash, while Chris Isaak has been performing on stage for almost 40 years. If you have any questions about the shows, which all start at 8 o'clock p.m., you can visit Mahawie's website at https://mahawie.org for more information. Our next story is of a concert happening at Tanglewood. This concert was already filmed on April 10th, but you will have the chance to see it on demand. At most classical orchestra concerts, the double bass section saws away intently with little recognition, tucked away to the side unless jazz is on the bill. However, at Tanglewood Lynn Center, 2 bass compositions were recently highlighted. On April 10th, these numbers were performed for only the second time ever. The Boston Symphony Orchestra's bass section was led by Carl Anderson, Benjamin Levy, Todd Sieber, and John Stovall. There was a 2-year wait for this concert because of the pandemic. As stated above, The concert took place on April 10th. However, you can watch it on BSOW's Now's website at www.bso.tanglewood.org. The concert lasts an hour and will have no intermission. The concert will be available on demand from April 28th to May 28th. Our next topic will be events going on at the Berkshire Antheneaeum in Pittsfield. All of these events are free to the public and are a great way to learn about the different cultural events at no cost. First, on May 5th, local archaeologist and historian Max Kane will be speaking. He will be talking about his discoveries at nearby archaeological sites and what they reveal about the history of Berkshire County, as well as upstate New York, where he comes from. He will be speaking at 8 o'clock p.m. Next, on May 11th, also at 8 o'clock p.m., author and inspirational speaker Joseph Cardillo will be hosting a talk. The talk is titled, "The 12 Rules of Attention: How to Avoid Screw-Ups, Free Up Headspace, Do More, and Be More at Work." This is based off his book, which Cardillo wrote in 2018. There will also be a PowerPoint presentation accompanying this. Finally, if you have young children who are interested in STEAM, or science, technology, engineering, arts, and math, then get ready for a Lego Club. Every Tuesday of the month, from 3 to 4:30 p.m., the children's section of the library will be hosting this event, which will allow children to express their creativity while gaining an understanding of design. The Lego creations are then displayed outside the entrance of the children's library for all to see. All of these events are free to the public. Visit the Berkshire Antheneaeum's website for more information. Our next stop is a trip to Masmoka for 2 art exhibits. Both of these exhibits have been talked about before on WWHEN and are worth mentioning again. The first artist being highlighted is Amy Hoft, who will be showing 700,000 to 1. This is a series of installations that reorientate our experience of the landscape and of planetary living. It is all about perspective and self-awareness, about our individual scale in relationship to what's around us. It is composed of 3 separate installations titled Terra, Luna, and Sol. The project's title comes from the fact that people face 700,000 to 1 odds of being struck by a meteor. 700,000 to 1 is currently open at Masmoka from now until January 2023. The exhibition is open to the public from Wednesdays through Mondays, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. To purchase tickets, visit tickets.masmoka.org/events. The other artist being highlighted will be Mark Swanson. His exhibition is titled Ice Dear Dead Disco. The exhibit discusses Catskills, New York, which the artist grew up in. The area was once a favored prime spot for painting, but Swanson now sees the land as a twofold memorial. A memorial to what the Industrial Revolution destroyed, and a future monument to land ravaged by climate change. This took nearly 3 years to make, with additional struggles due to the pandemic. It also deals with the AIDS crisis and how the Catskills area was devastated by it. Like the previous exhibit, this will be open from now until January. Again, visit tickets.massmocha.org/events to purchase your tickets. Our next art museum discussion takes us to the Clark Art Museum in Williamstown for 2 new art exhibits. The first is Imaginary City, the large format abstract paintings of Tom L. Saleh, who was born in 1984 in Port-au-Prince, Haiti, and now lives and works in Miami, Florida, teams with dense and dynamic marks that evoke ornament, language, and architecture. By variously layering and erasing his line work and using vibrant color to optically push or pull his pictures, El Saleh creates rhythmic, all-over compositions from which larger forms appear to emerge, testing both the limits of our perception and our expectations about abstraction. This exhibit will be open from now until December 31st. The second exhibition at the Clark Art Museum is Rodin in the United States. This exhibition tells the story of the collectors, art historians, critics, gallerists, and philanthropists, notably many of whom were women, who endeavored to make Auguste Rodin best known in the United States for his sculpture, The Thinker. These nearly 1,300 works by Augustine Rodin, held in American museums and private collections today, testifies to their success. This exhibit includes 50 pieces of artwork, not named The Thinker. This exhibit will be open until January. For more information about all of the exhibits, visit clarkart.edu. 2022 marks the 100th anniversary of the creation of the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C. This is one of America's most iconic sculptures. But did you know it has local ties to it? Artist Daniel Chester French, who was raised in Stockbridge, created the monument. Now, the Norman Rockwell Museum in Stockbridge will be hosting a celebration honoring the man and his work. Approximately 50 historical and contemporary artworks by noted illustrators and cartoonists will be featured, as well as archival photographs, sculptural elements, artifacts, and more. This exhibit will also be hosting several talks and discussions about how Daniel Chester French came up with the Lincoln Memorial, as well as his design process. This exhibit will be going on from now until September 23rd. Visit the Norman Rockwell Museum's website at nrm.org for more information. Pittsfield, Third Thursday, is coming back after the past 2 years were canceled due to the COVID pandemic. This year, however, it will be held at the Common Park, not North Street, where it had been held every year since 2006. This has been mentioned on a previous WWHEN episode. At its peak, up to 5,000 people visited Third Thursday every month, as traffic was closed for food, vendors, activities, and performances. Now, Third Thursday will be a more artisan-focused event and will be toned down dramatically. In May, the event's theme will be youth. It will be focusing on events for kids and teenagers as school comes to a close. This will feature a more artisan and creative format and won't be as focused on the businesses of North Street. Third Thursday in May will be going on May 19th. The hours are 5 to 8 p.m. Third Thursday is still looking for many vendors, so visit the City of Pittsfield's website for more information. Finally, it's time for this episode's trivia question. As a reminder, this episode's question was, when was the Herman Melville Arrowhead Museum founded? The answer is 1844. Herman Melville is one of New England's most famous authors. Among his most classic books include Billy Budd and, most notably, the whale novel Moby Dick. Melville has a deep connection to the city of Pittsfield. It began in 1850 when he bought the then Brewster Farm, located at the current Arrowhead location. It was in dire straits by the time Melville had bought it, and he restored it frequently. Some of Melville's changes included adding ports, outbuildings, and several other extensions to the house itself. Melville lived in the house until his death in 1891, after which he sold it to his brother. Many different owners lived in the house after Melville's death, both relatives and strangers. Owners continued Melville's love of restoration, but changed the shape of the house completely. By the time the Berkshire County Historical Society purchased the house in 1975, it was unrecognizable. For instance, Melville's library, where he wrote Moby Dick, had been converted into a small bedroom. There was an outrage in the literary world once this was discovered, and the Berkshire County Historical Society restored it to its Melville-era appearance in 1976. Today, Arrowhead contains many works from Herman Melville. Visitors can learn about Melville's life, works, and connections to Berkshire County. Inside Arrowhead is the Margaret H. Hall Library and Archives. This contains thousands of photographs, pictures, letters, and more from the famed author. The archive is available for appointment by public use. And now the museum is also available for tours. That ends this episode of Wehry Weekly History and Entertainment News. If you would like to watch this or any other WWHEN episode again, you can visit Pittsfield TV's and CTSB TV's websites shown here, or visit NBCTC's Facebook page. Also, if you would like to see the episodes in HD quality, make sure to check out my YouTube page at RT Wehry. Thank you.